Every action has a reaction.
What's up, cool cats? It is your girl Mother Jai. Welcome to my channel. What's up with Jai? If you are here for my close friends, then you know this little segment is called Diary of a Wimpy Ass Bitch. And basically today I'm going to be talking about my battle with postpartum depression. A few disclaimers, trigger warnings, whatever you want to call them. I will be talking about thoughts of suicide, suicidal ideation, things like that, attempted suicide. I will be talking about infidelity, self-harm, things like that. I will be leaving the suicide hotline number down in the not the comment section, but the description box below. Another thing, I do not, because I know how people get about me. This is not to bash anybody. So don't bash Tarek. He's a good person. He's not a bad person. He is a father before anything, and he's an amazing father. I can never fault him for that because he's an amazing father. But I, am telling this story to hopefully help other women because I'm not the first woman to go through it, and I'm not the last. And a lot of people enjoy having me on social media because they're like, not a lot of people talk about this, and you're so open. I'm, open to an extent. I like to joke about my mental health and stuff like that. So, this is going to be kind of serious. You know me. I joke about my trauma and all that. So, I'll be cracking a little jokey joke here and there. But anyway, if you have me on social media, then you know that me and Tarek just had our second son, Jariah. He was born October 1st, 9 pounds, 10 ounces, 22 and a half inches long. He's currently sleeping while I'm recording this. So this is my second baby. And basically, I didn't expect to have postpartum depression this time because I was like, I know what to expect with having a baby. This isn't, my first rodeo. It may have been a while, but I was like, I think mentally I would be in a better place because, me and Tarek were doing better in our relationship. Financially, we were in a lot better place to be able to provide for our kids. So, and this time, it's not like we planned out to the T to have oh, I'm ovulating on this day, we have to have sex this day. Not that type of thing, but it's like we weren't really taking any precautions, so we knew the outcome would obviously be a baby. So, I had a scheduled C-section for some health complications I was having during my pregnancy, and some risks. I was at risk for uterine rupture and stuff like that. And he was a big boy, as you can see. So I feel like I did make the best decision in that case. So anyway, after having Jariah, I was already, no, I'm going to say before. So during my pregnancy, on and off, I was having depression. It was really hard dealing with work and stuff like that because we were short staffed. I was overworked. I was tired. Just kind of felt like nobody really cared. My job didn't really care about how I was feeling and stuff like that. They just, wanted the job done. And I know, we were short staffed, but it was just crazy. Literally in one of our offices, every single medical assistant had quit. Mind you, I'm a month or two away from leaving for my maternity leave because I'm about to have a baby. So, yeah, so that caused some depression because it was just I'm so tired of doing this. And when I finally had Jariah or whatever, I wasn't expecting to be depressed, but I just did not feel like myself after I had him. Every time Tarek would leave the hospital, either to go let the dogs out at home or give me something from home, I literally would, have my moments where I just sat there and cried. And I couldn't really figure out why I was crying because I'm just I am so blessed. I now have two beautiful boys. Me and Tarek are doing, are doing so good. It seems like it's only up from here. What the fuck do I have to be depressed about? Why do I feel this way? I just could not put my finger on it. And I really started to beat myself up about it because I was just bitch, people out here are going through a lot worse and you don't even know why you feel this way. So I cried a lot. Recovery obviously with having a baby period was rough, but I had a C-section and it was rough. It was not as rough as last time, but it was rough. having to look at myself in the mirror. The body that I had worked so hard to finally attain was gone. Before I got pregnant, I had lost 22 pounds after like 3 years. 3.5 years of struggling with my weight loss. I finally like hit like a 22-pound mark, and I started to gain my confidence and stuff back. So I just felt like, all of that was wiped away. Now, I just kind of felt empty, I guess, incomplete. Wasn't really sure why I was feeling that way. I did not feel like myself. I felt like I was starting all over again. So when I got home, of course, like, I felt disgusting. I was really trying hard not to beat myself up about my postpartum body, because I'm like, bitch, you've been through this before, and you that bitch. Like, it is Mike motherfucking Jai, okay? I know I am not ugly. I know that I can get myself back. I did it once and I could do it again, but it was really just eating at me, like my postpartum body. I had gained 60 pounds during this pregnancy. So even like towards the end of my pregnancy, like I just was not feeling it. So, my self-image was a problem. Adjusting to having 2 kids was a problem. Like, I was very overwhelmed. And like, Tarek was home for the whole month with me, which was very helpful. But nonetheless, still very stressful, because I'm the one with the titties, like, and I breastfeed. So even at night, even if the baby wasn't up, I had to get up and pump. So it was just a lot. It was overwhelming trying to readjust to basically starting all over again, because I haven't had a baby in like 4.5, 5 years. So there was that. I didn't feel like myself. I couldn't put my finger on why I didn't feel like myself. I cried. I don't know, like, for the first 14 days of Jariah being home, all I did was cry every time I got the chance. And then I remember one time, I actually, like, Tarek just didn't, like, he couldn't tell me. No. Tarek kept asking me what was wrong. Me and Tarek are locked in. We had been together since we were 18 years old. He has seen me through all the seasons, happy, sad, broke, angry. He has seen me through all that. This man has even wiped my ass for me. He has been there through it all, so he could tell something was wrong. But I didn't know how to really articulate what was wrong. Like, I just, I just broke down and cried and told him, I was like, I just don't feel like myself. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I just don't feel right. I don't feel like me. He didn't really say much. So I just kind of, like, left it alone. I was kind of just happy to get off my chest. And that kind of bothered me that he didn't say anything. But at the same time, he couldn't even begin to understand how I'm feeling or what this is like. So I tried not to take it too personally. But I had broke down, and I was like, you know what? I need to, after I'm able to at least fully walk again and drive, I need to, get back into therapy, because I was already going, like, towards the end of my pregnancy anyway. So, with all of that going on, like, with the depression, it was like one thing after another. I just felt like I wasn't a great mother. I felt like I was just failing my boys. My house was a mess. I look a fucking mess. Struggling to get up and care for, my Zadrian, who's more self-sufficient, and then Jariah, who's depending on me 24/7. I just felt like I wasn't efficient. Like, they just deserved better. I felt like I was just completely sucking at this whole thing. So, and I also felt like I just, wasn't making, Tarek happy. I just wasn't fulfilling, I felt like, the duties that I feel like I'm supposed to as a mother and a girlfriend. And, well, a girlfriend in my stance, because I'm practically, what some would say married, but whatever, that's another fucking story. I had peeped, like, also that me and Tarek seemed to be growing, like, a little distant, but I had just felt like, it's because I wasn't feeling like myself. So I was like, we've been through this before. We can do it again. We're in a better place. So I was just like, what, I'm gonna, I was trying to, get myself there, but not rush myself too much. To just try to get back to, where I was, so that I can, be the mother and, partner that I need to be. And I don't know. I have a really hard time, like, articulating my words. So be patient with me, I guess. And this shit is just still hard to talk about. I'm surprised I haven't cried yet. I might, but I just felt like I just wasn't doing, what I needed to be doing. And I had felt like we were distant. Like, it was to the point, like, me and Tarek had barely even kissed. But I didn't think he took any of that. Like, you know, personally, I thought he, you know, since us going through this before, he would have been more understanding. And, you know, that he would be able to wait until I got back to myself. And that he wouldn't take it personally that it's, you know, thinking it was something with him. I thought he would have communicated with me. But obviously, I was fucking wrong. So, here was another thing. Okay, well, basically, I had peeped, like, you know, Tarek was acting normal for the most part. But I had peeped that he was being weird about his phone. Like I said, me and Tarek, like, we know each other better than we fucking know ourselves. I swear to God we do. Because I can just breathe differently, and he knows when something is wrong with me. But anyway, I had just peeped he was acting really weird with his phone. He was barely charging it. He never left it. He started to not leave it out, taking that bitch everywhere with him, like, even sleeping on top of it. And I had just felt that was weird. Now, at first, I was like, you know, girl, we are not teenagers no more. Like, I don't have anything to worry about. Like, you know, he has been great, you know, with being home. Like, you know, and he was home with me the whole month. So I was just like, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. I try not to think too deeply because I'm just like, come on now. Like, but I will say women's intuition, always go with your motherfucking gut. So basically, this one night, I had just put Jariah down, and I'm sitting there scrolling on my phone. So, usually, I scroll on my phone, and I just try to, like, you know, get myself to go back to sleep. Sorry, Zadrian came in here, interrupted. But I was scrolling on my phone. I usually, like, you know, afterwards, like, I'm breastfeeding him. Like, I put him back to bed. I usually go to the bathroom. I'll scroll on my phone so I can get back to sleep. Tarek literally woke up out of his sleep and grabbed my phone and was like, is this my phone? And I'm just, like, I was like, no. Like, I instantly got mad because I'm like, no, it's not your motherfucking phone. And if it was, what's the issue? So what? So, you know, he basically tried to, like, laugh it off and play it off like, you know, oh, like, you know, I was just kidding. Like, I'm in half sleep. I didn't even know I did that. So that stuck with me. And I sat there and I noted it. I left it alone. I was like, okay. Now, me personally, I knew something then, like, that kind of confirmed, like, something wasn't right. So the next day, I told him, I said, if there's anything that you need to tell me, I suggest now be the time. I said, truthfully, I don't know how you would have time to cheat. I said, because you've been here with me every single day for the past month. You know, I call him any time of day, and he answers the phone. You know, nothing. He wasn't acting out of the ordinary is what I'm trying to say. So that was very confusing to me on how he would have had time to cheat or meet somebody. But, you know, niggas always find a way, I guess, right? So I asked him. I was like, you know, you need anything you need to tell me? He says no. And I told him, I was like, truthfully, I don't understand how you would have time to cheat. He was like, no, like, I'm not doing anything, you know, I don't understand. So I was like, okay. I left it alone. Now, there were times, like, where I tried to get his phone because I just felt like, I told you, I felt like something was not right. Like, something was just weird. Something was off. So I tried to get his phone or whatever. But he, like I said, he hadn't been leaving it out. Well, this one day, the phone fell behind the game chair. And he's playing the game. I'm seeing her folding clothes behind him. So I picked his phone up. And not to my motherfucking surprise, some bitches texted him, like, good morning, with hearts and all this shit. And I'm just like, I had to sit there and gain my composure because I was really about to lay hands on him. I swear to fucking God, I was going to rock his motherfucking world. So I calmed myself down. I read through the messages, and I realized that this female works with him. And I'm like, okay. So, I screenshotted the girl's number. I sent it to my phone. I deleted my text thread out of Tarek's messages, and I left hers up there so that I could text the girl. And I don't recommend text another female because at the end of the day, Tarek is the one who owed me the loyalty. I shouldn't have even had to ask her, but I just felt like this motherfucker was just going to keep lying. So I was like, no, I'm going to get the truth. I want the answers, you know, so whatever. So after I did that, I put my phone down, and I threw his phone at his chest, and I was like, now who is this bitch in your phone? And oh my gosh, like, I wanted to fuck him up, okay? Like, the look on he just looked so motherfucking stupid at that moment, because I'm just like, you sitting here looking motherfucking dumb, like, bitch, I didn't call him a bitch, but I'm just like, motherfucker, what about me? So he just, like, you know, obviously he felt like you had to fess up, because bitch, I done saw the proof now. You can't sit here and fucking lie. So he had told me, he was like, basically, oh, this is so and so. She's from my job. We had been texting since like the middle of September, and like, because at first, like, I was going off. So he's just sitting there yelling at me. He's like, wait, please listen to me. Like, wait, can you just listen to me, hear me out? Like, and at that moment, I'm angry, I'm livid, because I'm like, stop doing this. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean listen to you? What is there to be said? What is there to say? Like, we are 25 years old. Your frontal lobe is fully motherfucking developed. There's no excuse for this shit. Point blank and the period. Basically, he said, like, you know, like I told y'all, we had become a little distant. And he said that he felt unwanted. So basically, he just, anybody that was in his face showing him a little motherfucking attention, apparently he just started entertaining it. Now, I was just so pissed off, so hurt. I just felt so stupid, because I was like, here I am sitting here trusting this man. We done sat here and had another baby. I, you know, look like an absolute motherfucking fool, because I'm on Facebook talking about how, you know, how we're going to get married and, you know, our family and stuff like this. And obviously my home wasn't as happy as I thought it was. So I sat there and, you know, I packed my boys up and I went to go stay with my family member. I just needed some time, because I was going to, like I said, I was going to put my hands on him. I don't know where you're putting your hands on people. Just keep your hands to your motherfucking self. You know, and like I said, I'm trying to break toxic behavior. So that is the reason why I did not put my hands on him. And also my boys were there, and they don't need to see that. Like I said, I'm trying to give them a childhood that I don't want them healing from. So I had to keep my composure, and I left. So, I had texted the female, and she basically was saying, like, because first I texted her, I was like, so either you knew he had I said, and, you know, I basically gave the whole rundown. I'm like, we've been together for 6 years. We lived together. We just had a baby. We actually have 2 kids together. I'm like, either you knew this information or you clearly just did not give a fuck. So basically I just asked her, I'm like, are y'all fucking or what? Because one thing that I cannot get past, like, I don't condone cheating. Point blank in the period. I don't. It's disgusting. It is so fucked up to do to a person. But if you sexually cheat on me, I can't do it. There's nothing that we can fix. I'm sorry. I just cannot. So, basically she was like, no, we haven't, or whatever. And I'm just like, you know, I'm confused. She basically was trying to say, like, you know, she had planned on talking to him about it or whatever. And she eventually said, and I'm like, you know, if he's not being faithful to me, why would he be faithful to you? Like, it's kind of common sense. He lives with his girlfriend. They just had a baby. That should have, you know, and that should have just been a red flag. That would have been a red flag to me personally right there, because that, like, come on, whatever. Anyway, then she goes on to say that she's not going to sugarcoat anything. He said he didn't know what he wanted. And first of all, like, you know, I kept my composure when I was texting her, because, like I said, I should have even had to come to another woman about my man. So I sat there and I said, she was like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. He said he didn't know what he wanted. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck do you mean sugarcoat? Sweetie, you knew about me. I had to find out about you. You're not sugarcoating or sparing shit over here. You look just as dumb as I fucking do. You got played just like I did. What the fuck are you sugarcoating? You not hurting my feelings. My partner did that. So I was just like, you know, I just blew it off, whatever, because I was about to start getting angry and everything was about to escalate. Just left it alone. So 3 days later, come to find out, the female had me on Facebook the whole motherfucking time. So I'm just sitting here like, you really sitting here acting like what she said, playing by ear. I truthfully do not believe that she did not know that he didn't have a girlfriend, because like I said, she's had me on Facebook. She's had me on Facebook for years, actually. Secondly, bitches always swear like, you know, they motherfucking private investigators. And, you know when you, like, start talking to a person, you investigate. Tarek does not have social media. So even if you didn't get the answers on his page, you would have got the answers from mine. Because, like I said, she knew he had a motherfucking girlfriend. It don't take much to find out who it is. And also, her best friend had me on Facebook as well. So even if she didn't see anything, guess what? You could have asked your best friend. That's what bitches swear they do. So I'm just like, common motherfucking sense. And I don't feel like it would have took you more than a month to figure that shit out. So I have found that out. And that like really pissed me off. Because that's weird. It's like you have watched, like, me and Tarek, like, for years. You watched our family grow, like, the announcement, everything. You've watched all that. I posted pictures when I had our child. He's literally laying next to me in my hospital bed. What's not clicking? But anyway, so after that or whatever, I unfriended her because I was just like, that is weird as fuck. That's some sick ass shit. That's some shiesty ass shit. Like, I don't like that. I don't want no bitch like that on my page anyway. That's weird as fuck. And plus, I didn't want to deal with the whole, pettiness because I know how women can be. So, basically, I, unfriended her, left that shit the fuck alone, and, called it, like, I called it there or whatever. I was really pissed off because I'm just like, this bitch had me on Facebook the whole time. Like, there's no way in hell that you didn't know that we were still together. I don't know what she thought she was going to get out of this. I'm like, so did you think you was gonna take Tarek from me, be a stepmom to my children? I don't know. I don't know what she thought she was gonna get from this. I don't, like, me personally, it is a red flag. If I am going to date somebody with kids or talk to them, would entertain them, whatever the case may be, if I see they just had a motherfucking baby, red flag. That's too recent. I'm not doing it. I don't care if he says, oh, me and my baby mama aren't on that type time, whatever. She's saying she's going off of what he's telling her. I don't know what the fuck he told her. But at the same time, my Facebook, I'm not the most popular bitch in the world. But at the same time, my name rings bells. My page is public. It's been public now for, like, I don't know how long. So it's like, you can sit there and clearly see it says in a relationship with Tarek. I'm posting pictures of our newborn child. I post videos of, like, our family and stuff like that. So that just, like, wasn't sitting right with me, that she claimed that she was just going by ear because you had me on Facebook. Weird as fuck. I'm not hearing none of that shit. You're just as weird as a motherfucker as Tarek is. So, yeah. So basically, obviously, I am feeling hurt. I'm feeling betrayed. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. And I had, like, a whole lot of fucking thinking to do. Because I'm just like, you done washed away all the progress that we have made since we were fucking teenagers. How am I going to be able to trust you? This bitch works at your fucking job. What, like, I'm gonna be wondering, are you even telling the truth that you're not, like, talking to her anymore, and that the reason why that you were even talking to her in the first place is just because of what we was going through. And that was another thing. That was something that simply could have been communicated. Just sitting down and talking to me, not sitting here making a joke, trying to make light of it, oh, act like you like me, that type of thing, because that is what he would do. He did not sit me down and communicate with me like an adult, saying, hey, I just feel this way, So, it also hurt, because I'm like, I literally verbalized to you that I'm depressed, like, that I just don't feel like myself, and you have been texting this bitch this whole motherfucking time. I found out October 17th, so he was texting her from the middle of September to October 17th when I fucking found out. So he, I from there, it was dead or whatever. We had a conversation, and we decided that we were going to work on it. But it has not been easy. Like, I will say that. Because mentally, like I said, I'm still not feeling like myself. We now have to sit here and repair our relationship. And also, like, this whole thing, it didn't just affect me. It affected my kids as well. When I sat there and I left the house, Jariah was not sleeping because, babies sense that shit. He was not sleeping very well. And usually, like, at night, he's on his dad's chest. So, there was that. My son Zadrian is sitting here asking me questions, like, a couple things that he said to me that just stood out to me and, like, broke my heart. He was like, Mommy, my dad's a good daddy. And I was like, yeah, he's a great daddy to you. And he was like, is he not a good daddy to you? Is that why you're crying all the time? And that literally broke my heart because my son isn't an idiot. He heard, you know, us arguing, which I wish he didn't. And he would ask me, like, you know, why are you crying? You know, when are we going to go back home with daddy? How long are we going to be home away from daddy? And that fucked with me because, like, not only did you not think about me, you didn't think about how that was going to affect your kids. Like, you didn't think about what, you know, how they would feel, you know? So it has been definitely a process. This is something that I've been working with my therapist with to work through. Because like I said, already mentally, I was already, like, you know, fucked up dealing with postpartum depression. But to have to deal with infidelity on top while going through postpartum depression fucking sucks. And I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Me personally, the type of person that I am, like, I really have to get through my head that not everybody has the same heart as me. Not everybody is going to do things, you know, like I am. Because me personally, I don't care if I know a bitch or not. If I see somebody has a fucking girlfriend or family, I'm not entertaining that. Because what the fuck are you going to do for me? You're going to do the same shit to me. How you get them is how you lose them. Common sense. Like, I don't know if bitches just think, like, you know, their coochie made of diamonds or something. But it's just kind of common sense to me. No, if I see that he is being unfaithful to you, that's unattractive, I don't want him. Bye. That's stank coochie energy, and I don't like that. So basically, after that, you know, like I said, we decided that we were going to work on it. I have been going to therapy, trying to work through my feelings of dealing with this, you know, also be honest with my 4-year-old or whatever, and, you know, try to protect him, because that's not something that's his business that he should, you know, worry about. So, another thing, like, I'm gonna get to this, but November 25th, I had wrote a suicide note. I had decided that I was going to kill myself. See, hear these tears, because this shit be just so hard to fucking talk about. Mama ain't raised no bitch. So, decided that I was going to kill myself. Because, see, I'm not even one of them bitches who, like, be on Facebook, like, crying and shit, but a bitch been in turmoil. So I decided that I was going to take my life because I felt hopeless, felt like I couldn't do anything right. I was tired of being hurt. Just tired of dealing with life in general, tired of dealing with that situation, tired of being, like, you know, triggered by it. Because it be little shit that can trigger you. I was tired of being, like, angry. I was just tired of feeling so empty and numb and just sad all the time. Like October to, like, even now, I swear, like, I'm always crying. And I was tired of that. I was like, my boys deserve to have a happy mom. Deserve somebody better than me. I felt like I have just completely failed my relationship, and I couldn't even do that right. Felt like my parents and my family just deserved somebody better that my life didn't mean shit. There was no point in me being here anymore and taking up space. And basically what, like, had triggered me was, like, you know, my son was telling me about how his dad had took him to see a Venom movie or whatever. And, took him to see a Venom movie. And I obviously couldn't go because I had to stay home with Jariah, and I was still healing from my C-section, so I was still in a lot of pain. And he was telling me that apparently his dad had met somebody there. So, and this is after the fact that I found out he was even entertaining another female at his job. And he was saying that there was another female there. So I don't know if this is something that my son actually saw, or if, you know, this is, like, he thinks that his dad now has, like, another girlfriend. If this is something that he made up, or just, like, the way that I was asking him questions, he was just saying what he wanted, what he thought I wanted to hear. But I'm going to always believe my child. So I had asked Tarek, and I'm obviously very pissed off, because it's just like, if you're going to do me wrong, you go do that. That is your loss. That is your motherfucking business. And I will decide if I want to stay or not. But do not ever disrespect me and bring my motherfucking kids in that shit. Don't have your side bitch around my kids. Like, that is so disrespectful. And I just know if the shoe was on the other motherfucking foot, Tarek would be fucking livid, angry. Like, he would probably want to fight me. Shit. Like, and I wouldn't fucking blame him. That is so disrespectful. So I simply asked him, you know, like, at first I'm angry or whatever. I'm like, you know, just come home and talk to me when you get home. But obviously this motherfucker got anxiety because he did not want to talk about it. Like, I didn't want to talk about it on the phone. And I didn't want to talk about it in front of his coworker, his friend, because here's another kicker. His brother and his friend work with him at that same job. They know the girl, and they're also cool with her. So I'm already embarrassed enough that everybody has sat here and watched me look like a dumb bitch. That everybody has sat here and let me think that I have this happy home. And I'm like, I can't be too angry with his friend and his brother because Tarek is the one who put them in that fucked up situation. It's not their fault that he decided to sit there and do that. He claims that they did not know what was going on, but I find that very hard to believe. I don't believe that. And I also know that men talk to each other, so I don't believe that. And another reason why I do not believe that is because basically after I asked Tarek or whatever, he's saying no, like that didn't happen. And he was like, why would you believe that? Or, you know, he's like, Zadrian has a tendency to say shit. It's not like Zadrian does not lie, but I'm like, listen, I'm asking. That's all I'm doing. I'm simply asking. I was like, you know, I would hope that you wouldn't be that disrespectful to sit there and fucking do that. But, you know, he said that he did not. We had a conversation. He went to the gym. So, out of nowhere, I get a message from, I gotta figure out, like, a name or something, for the girl. I get a message from, the girl's, we'll call her Sabrina. I got a message from Sabrina's best friend. Sabrina is the girl that Tarek was texting. And she's like, I said something to you. And I'm confused at this point because I'm just like, you know, what do you mean? Did you say something to me? Because me and her have had each other on social media as well for years. We interact here and there, whatever. It's never been any beef, never any drama or anything. So I was just confused because I'm like, you know, we haven't talked. And quite frankly, especially seeing who you're cool with, it's really, you know, it's not really much a reason to because that's your best friend. So, you know. Anyway, I was like, no, why you asked that? So basically she says, Sabrina called me pissed off saying Tarek called her and said that I told you something about her. And she said, I don't know if Tarek is upset that I told Sabrina that you guys were still together, but he is too old to be doing this drama shit, and I don't want to be a part of it, which I definitely respect. But here's the thing. So, and I had told her basically, you know, like, you shouldn't have been involved. No one should have brought your name up in anything, first of all. Second, and Sabrina shouldn't have been brought up in this shit, too. But also, on top of that, like, if you didn't do anything wrong, what was even the point of doing all that? Why did you call them if you didn't do what your son said that you did? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, you know, I told her I would get a handle on that or whatever. You know, I apologized that she was even fucking brought up in it because it didn't, like, that was just dumb. And I went and she said, you know, that she's sorry I'm going through all this because I just had a baby and she's praying for my peace and all that. Well, you know, which I definitely respect because I don't deserve any of this. But, you know, hey, that's what's up, I guess. So I asked Tarek when you get home. I'm like, did you call her? Because I'm just like, he swears that he didn't. I truthfully do not believe that. But like I said, this is going to get to the point where I was just like about to, you know, take my life. Basically, he was like, you know, that he didn't do it. He said it might have been his brother or his friend. And I didn't believe that because first of all, his friend is in a toxic relationship or situationship with his baby mom. And he's saying, oh, I had told them what happened. First of all, motherfucker, they knew. Secondly, he's in a toxic relationship with his baby mom. What advice could he have possibly fucking gave you? 3, they're not in a relationship with me. Why would they care to go to Sabrina and message her and say whatever the fuck was said, which I don't know? Why would they go out their way to do that? And I don't know if they had her number. Quite frankly, I don't care, but they're not in a relationship with me. So it's just like, why would they sit there and go through all that? Yeah, they can think the situation is weird and so whatever, but at the same time, like, that just didn't add up. So I was just so done. Like, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of worrying about everything. I just had enough. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was tired of hurting. I just wanted the hurt to stop. So I got one of what I used to do in high school. Shit. When I used to self-harm in high school, you know, the razors that you used to shave or whatever, I would take those apart and use those to cut. So basically, I went and I got, you know, the razor or whatever, and I was trying to take it apart, and I was going to kill myself, and I could not get the fucking razor apart. So I just felt so hopeless then. I didn't have enough antidepressants to take to get me out of here. So I just sat there and I cried. I just cried and cried, and I wrote my suicide note, and I was just like, hopefully I can figure this out. You know, I was planning everything. I was like, okay, my son will be in school. My Jariah will be, I can ask his grandmother to watch him. You know, Tarek will probably find me when he gets home. And I had, you know, the note out. I had directions on how I wanted everything to go. Told him how to get, you know, basically my life insurance policy, get the money for it, so that my boys can be taken care of. And my family. And so basically I just sat there and I cried and I cried and I cried. I just could not stop crying. I was crying for hours after he left because I was just so hurt. I was just so tired of dealing with the effects. I just felt like the pain's not going to stop. The situation isn't going to go away. I'm like, shit, you know, am I making the right decision? I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, did I make the right decision to forgive him? And, you know, we decided to work on it. Should I have sat there and left? Like, I'm just, so much shit is just going through my fucking head. I just felt like such an idiot for sitting there staying, you know. I used to always say that, oh, if I catch my man cheating, I'm gonna leave and blah, blah, blah. But it's literally not that fucking easy. If you can work it out, work it out. But if you can't, leave. That's what I will say. Do what is best for you, okay? But don't ever think that your situation or somebody else's situation can't become yours, because God will humble you so motherfucking quick. I just felt like such an idiot for trusting him, for sitting here having another baby, and now look what happened. Like, you know, so many people have said, oh, wait till you're married to have another baby, which whether we were married or not, that would not have changed the decision that he decided to fucking make. Marriage is such a beautiful thing, and I want to get married, and I have nothing against marriage, but, you know, I got pregnant. I decided to keep my children and take care of them, and that's what I'm going to do. I cannot force him to put a ring on my finger. If he does not see my worth, then I will leave. Like, that's just it. Then I will leave. But just, like, at the time, like, I couldn't even believe that I really sat there and I was going to kill myself because I was just so tired. Because at the time, like, I didn't see it. I was just thinking about me. Like, I was just like, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of hurting. I can't fucking do it. I'm fucking tired. So I just decided, you know, that I was gonna get the fuck out of here, you know? So, one thing about me, I'm pretty open, I guess. Like I said, I was just on Twitter, and I was just up early in the morning just tweeting, like, you know, about my pain. Obviously, I am in a whole lot of fucking pain emotionally. And my friend, Jelly had hit me up. And she was just, you know, telling me, you know, how my life had purpose and how he can get me out the house and blah, blah, blah. So we go on a walk. And, you know, I had my boys with me, both of them. Go on a walk. We go to Chick-fil-A and we, like, have a conversation. And I just appreciate her so much for doing that because, like I said, I was on the first bus ticket out of here. Because I was just so tired. And there are just so many people who have helped me throughout all this by, whether it's getting me out the house, whether it's talking to me, listening to me, like, you know, Erica, Denise, Jelly, Sinaida, my family. There are just so many people that I could fucking name who have just been so amazing to me, and have been so helpful. And, you know, part of the reason why I was able to be talked down and not do it, because like I said, I was crying all day. I even, like, drank a little bit as well. So, yeah. Well, now that you guys know that story, I just want to say that if you are feeling that way, to go out and get help. That your kids need your kid, or your kids, they need you. Your family needs you. There's someone out there who loves you. And for someone, if you leave this earth, their world is never going to be the same. And I didn't realize that at the time, and it's so dumb because I'm always saying, you know, I don't want my kids to grow up without their mom, because my mom, she died when I was 12 unexpectedly. She was 28 years old. And the pain that I will always have in my heart, I didn't want my kids to go through that. And I couldn't believe I was really going to sit there and take my fucking life and leave them here, leave Tarek to take care of 2 boys alone. And, you know, when I was talking to my therapist and telling her this, she was like, there's no one who will love your kids like you love them. And they don't want anyone else to love them like you love them. Like, you're the perfect mom for them. And like I said, I didn't feel that at the time, but she is absolutely right. And when I sit here in the morning and I'm, you know, laying down with my boys, because Adrian, he always comes in my room every morning before school, and he comes and lays down with me and Jariah, I just feel like complete. When I see Tarek, you know, loving on his boys, and, you know, when he's sitting here, you know, trying to, you know, fix things with me, it does make me feel complete. You know, I'm not forcing anybody to stay with me. I am not one of those, you know, baby mothers who are going to make you miserable if, you know, just because we're not working out or whatever. We have made the decision to fix it, and that's what we're doing. Another thing I do want to touch on, you know, there are so many women who go through... I'm not the first woman that this has happened to, and I'm not the last. But like I said, you have to do what's best for you. If you are not in a abusive relationship, you know, you and your children are safe, and you guys are able to work on it, then do that. Because it's a different ball game, especially when children are involved. But if you're not able to work it out, it's not, you know it's not healthy for you and you can't do it, then don't work it out. Nobody is stupid. And I wish people would stop doing that, like trying to call other people's situations stupid, because you're not them, and you wouldn't want to be called stupid in that situation, you know? It's not dumb, you know, even if you decide to repair your relationship. Because some people, they have had infidelity in their relationship, and guess what? They're thriving now. They had a lot of growing up to do. They stayed through all of it, and they're thriving, and that's good for them. There are some people, as soon as infidelity happened, they broke up. It just did not work out. That's okay. You know, don't let nobody speak on your situation and make you feel like you're not making the right choice. This is your fucking life. This is my fucking life. I'm the one in a relationship with Tarek. I'm the one who knows him. So, you know, don't let, you know, the input of others affect your life. Because my therapist was talking to me, and she was like, do you really care what other people think? I said, no, I don't. you know, I used to get made fun of for all the shit that I am now, and I haven't changed a bit. I'm 25 years old and I still like anime. I fucking cosplay. I listen to rock and heavy metal, and I'm a black female. You know, like, I'm not saying that that stuff isn't normal, but like, it's like back then when I was younger, like, it was such a taboo. It was like, bitch, you're weird. What the fuck? And I now got those same people like, you know, can you recommend me some anime? Where do you get your costumes from? Oh my gosh, I love, you know, I've always, you know, been the same. And if you know me, then you know this. But I've always been the same. It wasn't that I so much as cared what other people think, but it was just so embarrassing. Like, I just felt laughed at. I felt nobody had my back, and everybody just sat there, had me looking dumb, and didn't even care that I was, you know, sitting there looking dumb. I just felt really alone. I was angry at the fact that he even gave another woman access to him. I don't care if it was just texting or not. Like, I don't care what the type of cheating is. Like, it still all hurts the motherfucking same. Man. So, it all hurts the same. It doesn't fucking matter. I was angry that this girl, if she wants to be petty, she'll be like, oh, but your man's was in my phone and this, and that. Like, who wants to be able to be told something like that? Who wants to deal with that shit? I don't want to have to argue with anybody, especially, you know, somebody who didn't leave me and is here with his family that he swore, that you say that he swears that he didn't know that he wanted. You know? I'm not about to argue, you know, over that. You know what I'm saying? Because karma is a bitch, okay? Karma is a bitch. And she don't ever miss a beat. So I'm going to continue to do right by people. I'm going to continue to be a good woman, a good mother. I'm going to continue to heal myself. But I'm going to change who I am good to. Who I am good to. I'm going to revoke access from people who do me wrong. To the girl, you know, peace and blessings to her. Okay? I'm hoping that me and, you know, I'm able to heal from this. And, you know, that my family can go back to thriving. And this is going to be such a long fucking road, but, you know, we forward strong out here, okay? Mama ain't raised no bitch. So, I'm going to be okay. Am I okay? Some days, no. Some days, yes. Some days are harder than others. But I will be okay. And I want to feel better. And I'm doing what I can to get back to being myself. Like I said, I'm in therapy. I started kickboxing again. I'm about to make an appointment to get my fucking hair done. And maybe my lashes done. I'm going to, you know, do what I can to take care of myself. I'm going to make time for my friends. I'm going to, you know, take care of my kids. I'm going to do what I have to do. And it's either you with me or you against me. You're along for the ride. You get right or you get motherfucking left. That's above me. But I still have a duty that I have to do. I just wanted to tell my story and what I've been going through and hopefully help, you know, somebody else going in the process. Let them know that you are not alone. You are not a dummy if you decided to stay and fix your family. We all go through shit. We've all probably dealt with, you know, people putting us in fucked up situations that we didn't fucking ask for. But it's life, and we will get through it. I had, saw this post on Facebook where it showed a picture of this woman and her daughter, and the guy was basically saying, this is the last picture that my wife took with our daughter before she took her life. And I just, I pray for anybody that is going through depression or postpartum. And I will say to men, I know y'all don't understand. Y'all can't even begin to understand, what a woman goes through during pregnancy and afterwards. But just be patient. If that is something that you don't feel like you can handle, don't have children with her. We are fucking human beings. And sometimes I feel like people forget we're human, and that it is a lot to bring a life into the world. And it is just, I know there are some, baby mothers who are crazy and, don't get me wrong. I get it. But there are some good women out there as well who were dealt some shitty ass fucking cards because, you know, men felt like they couldn't wait. It is rough having a baby. It is rough dealing with postpartum and not even knowing why you feel that fucking way. Like, hello, I want to be happy. I don't want to feel like this. This sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just be patient. Try to love her, because I was sitting here, I've been drowning in depression for like the past 2 months. Having to deal with that situation was just like, you know, kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's been rough, but I feel like I've rambled enough to you guys. This video is going to be long as hell, and I doubt you guys are going to watch the whole thing, but if you do, thanks. Thank you for, you know, listening, tuning into my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back with another video. Take care. Somebody out there loves you. And bye.